Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We're over here on Pulse Chain. We're going to be talking about pTGC and UFO, the two index tokens that give you access to everything on Pulse Chain. Well, the best assets on Pulse Chain. We do live spaces every Monday evening at 5:30 p.m. Pacific. We have the founder on, many community members, including myself, and we just have a chat about crypto, mainly these assets, Pulse Chain, broader crypto, anything, pretty much coffee. We just chat, but mostly it's going to be about crypto and pTGC and UFO. So we'll start listening. And we play it on my phone right into my mic onto YouTube. If you guys have comments and questions, just drop them in the chat and I can ask your questions or answer them. It's usually a good time. Good evening.
What's up, Banana?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Good.
Super. You got a charged up phone today?
I do. I was just charging it, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
How was your day?
It was a good day. I had to unpack the spaces from Saturday, and then my stream from yesterday. I made a little video out of that, and then I don't know. I was producing videos a little bit today.
Nice. What were you working on?
Well, what I did is StreamYard will take that spaces video that I have from our spaces on Saturday, and I'll do the same with tonight's. I run it through StreamYard. It'll give me multiple like 90-second clips of what, it uses AI and gives me short videos. And then I pop them up on my X and my YouTube. So what I did with the ones from Saturdays, I made 4 of them and I spaced them out. One will drop tomorrow morning, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So it's staggering them throughout the week. And then I just popped them. I think I did pretty much the same thing on my YouTube channel.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome. We might as well utilize the good clips in the spaces if we get them. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, even if this is the thing. I'm like, even if it's decent, like decent is better than not putting anything out there, in my opinion. And I really want to, I want to flood as much as I can X with video content, because I don't know if you notice, but when you click on a video on X, like Coffee's been popping up a lot of stuff lately, Crypto Coffee, and you'll click on his video, and then as soon as it's done playing, it flips over to some random video. And I'm like, man, I want to be that random video.
Are they random or are they Pulse Chain related?
Sometimes they're random. I'll be honest. Sometimes they are random. And I've had a little conversations with the algorithm about that, and not the algorithm, but with Grok, and I'm learning about it. But from what I know, man, when you watch a video on X, it's going to give you another one. And I'm like, wow, what a marketing opportunity.
Yeah, I wonder how it picks, that next one. I assume a good chunk of them are related, like, Crypto Coffee videos are probably hashtag Pulse Chain and stuff like that. So I would assume they would push other trending, like hashtag Pulse Chain videos to the viewers, right? Not just completely random.
Yes.
But who knows? I wonder if there's anything we can do to, get right behind him or get trending to where our videos are those next ones that pop up. And it might just be a views thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it might be, is how well did my video perform? And that might determine how they, what audience that they're going to put my video in front of. And so, yeah, I'll figure that out. But in the meantime, I'm just going to get as much video content onto X as I can. And while I'm there, I might as well put it up on my YouTube at the same time, you know?
Yeah. While it's on my mind, if anyone listening, if they use internet money, if you don't mind, maybe try utilizing the site. We just did a small update trying to get the internet money working better because I think people were having to utilize a little bit of a workaround. Banana, maybe you know a little bit more about that. Like you had to put it in MetaMask mode or something like that. And then also, I think the mobile should be working as well too. So we have to do some testing in both those places, but hoping to get both those running flawlessly, kind of like MetaMask is here too.
Okay, cool. Well, like Zen said, if you guys are using internet money wallet, go connect your wallet to your internet money wallet to go ptgc.com and see if it works. It wasn't working for me today. And you might need to how do you put it? Mask internet money wallet and make it look in the settings. Just go into the settings and you can make it look like it's MetaMask, or you may not need to do that. I'm not sure.
Well, the goal is to get it to where you don't need to do that. I'm trying to figure out why we would need that fee, if that was just previously what people were doing to get it to work, or what there.
Okay.
Because I know previously it was working for you. Do you know if you were utilizing it with that mask mode on, or what you're calling it?
I was all day. I was using mask, but then I unmasked it and it still wouldn't work.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, but that's for me. And like I said, my internet's been unstable today. I haven't had Dex Screener all day, so I'm thinking there might be some kind of connection with that problem. But so if you can go test it and then let us know, especially while we're on Spaces, that'd be really awesome. Let us know if you can connect your internet money wallet to go pTGC.
Yeah, and then we're working on getting the mobile going too for the people who onboard via mobile. I never suggest people use mobile for anything cryptocurrency. I get that there's some people out there that's how they do it. So we're getting the mobile working as well, and we need to do some testing there as well. But my devs are saying that it should all be good to go.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Well, that's good. Yeah, I also will not endorse doing crypto on a phone. It's a little risky, too risky. But there are some people that want to, and I guess we're gonna give them that ability. So yeah. Oh, what else?
I think we're having a slight pullback today. I guess we turned a little bit green.
That's what I was.
Flat today.
That's what I was thinking. It was a little green, judging from Twitter. MVS Crypto. Thank you, by the way, for putting a highlighter on the grays currencies in your weekly publication. That's tremendous. Everybody go and follow MVS Crypto. He does a weekly pulse chain publication, and it's thorough. I don't know how he gets all that information, but he covers a lot of stuff. So go follow him on X, MVS. And that's like Mike, MVS Crypto.
Do you know what the section on us was about this week?
It was about he highlighted pTGC. I'll read it. So give me just a second and I'll go to his account. You guys, I'll share the screen so you guys we can do a read along. I'll read and you guys can go along. Let's see if I can make sure I can find it first. He gave me a link earlier today. He did kind of a breakout, if you will. Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna have to go to one of my X account tabs that I have open. Give me just a second. Okay. All right, I'm gonna pull this tab over here. Okay, here we go. Well, I thought I had it. Yeah, he's got several different sections. Let me see if I can just scroll down. Here he goes. Why pTGC is set to explode on Pulse Chain. This is 16 hours ago. Let's show it on my X. So he puts a picture of pulsetgc.com. It looks like an image from one of the main X accounts and then a video from me. And he says, pTGC isn't just another token. It's a battle-tested, self-sustained. Some of you guys are going to recognize this. It's a battle-tested, self-sustaining beast and it's all true, by the way, on Pulse Chain, thriving for over 2 years in brutal markets with zero rug risks and automated rewards. This decentralized index token is primed for massive gains. Here's why you should ape in now. Rug-proof. It's a rug-proof fortress. No more scams. Fully renounced contract, burned liquidity, no admin keys, and immutable code. pTGC eliminates rug pulls forever. Built on Richard Hart's Ethereum fork with low fees and clean regs, it's survived crypto winters like a champ. Safe, secure, and ready for the bull run. It's a passive income powerhouse, so you can earn while you sleep. Reflection, staking, and locking rewards. AMM bots rebalance pools 24/7, generating fees that fuel buy pressure and pay holders. Volatility turns market chaos into your cash flow. Stack pTGC and watch the APY roll in. It's a deflationary moonshot. Supply shrinks and price pumps. Every transaction burns tokens, slashing supply and creating upward pressure. As the first truly decentralized index on Pulse Chain, you get exposure to top assets without the hassle. Do your own research and grab some pTGC before it moons even more. Like, repost, and drop an emoji if you're bullish. That was it. Thank you, MBS Crypto, for posting that. That was a blessing.
Yeah, definitely nice, to get put alongside a lot of the, main Pulse Chain news of the week. And I think last week we for sure deserved it. We worked really hard as a community last week. We had massive moves against the whole entire market. Luckily, Pulse Chain was kind of working with us last week as well, but in general, the market was pretty flat.
Yeah.
The crypto market.
It really it gave pTGC an opportunity to shine. It was, man, you know what? If we don't have an opportunity like that for a while, we're going to have to hang our hat on that one for a bit, man, and just harken back to it. And as an example of how we can really, make gains without even the rest of crypto, without much help from the rest of crypto.
Yeah, the crazy part is it really just doesn't take too much. It's not saying what we brought in was so little, but that's the crazy thing about Pulse Chain being so low is it wasn't like crazy amounts of value coming in or anything. It was just, our community grinding, and that with the mixture of us being more distributed than ever and, people obviously valuing all these tokens higher than they are right now, the pump was able to be held. You look at a lot of other tokens out there, and I feel like with 100% move in the matter of a week, they would have been sold down a lot more. So it was nice to not only see the pump happen, but for the most part, it was pretty sustained as well.
Yeah.
And to highlight UFO there, UFO didn't have as big of a pump, but its pump was like completely sustained. It moved, I think up 50%, and I still saw like no cells on that chart whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's and we didn't just move up in USD, but in terms of PLS also. It was like 100% on each.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely 100%. I'd say in the last month against, but a good chunk. I think we went from, what was it, like a 9 to 1 ratio all the way to a 16 to 1 ratio, and
yeah,
now we're currently at 14 to 1 or something like that.
Yep, and we're holding steady, pretty much, just like we were holding 6 for the longest time. But now we're all the way up at 14 or 13, whatever it is. I can't tell really. Actually, I because I have pTGC-UFO.com, I can tell. Yeah, we're at 14. So, and the volume's good today. I mean, $62,000 in volume. That's very decent.
Yeah, it's a little bit higher than our, I think, 90-day average. So it's nice to see our volume starting to pick up. I'm sure our 7-day average is looking pretty nice.
Well, it did.
Do you have that?
Yeah, we are down. Let's see, the 7-day average. Hold on a second. I got to get the average. Yeah, the 7-day average is 74,000. So we're down 16% over the 7-day average. 30-day average is 51,000. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the 90 days, maybe even a little less than that.
Actually, it's a little less than that. So how do you read this, man? I need to spend more time on this site. Not like I haven't spent a lot of time on it already. But
yeah, so right now, pretty much in the last 90 days, our volume we were holding a 50,000 pretty strong. I think over the last 6 months, the Go pTGC site actually has even larger time frames.
Oh, okay.
It goes all the way up to a year. So when was it? I would say like, 7 months ago or something like that. We were very strongly, at like 250,000 in volume for the yearly average. That being said, that kind of goes back a year, right? So a year ago, what we were producing on average was by far higher than 250,000. I think, close to where we are right now, we were probably at like 400,000, 300,000 on average in those months, those really high months for us. And then what that kind of produced for a year was like a $250,000 average, mixing in low days and those kind of high days. But since it's been a year now since those really high days, our average of volume has slowly dropped, which makes sense. Pulse chain has slowly dropped in value throughout the last year as well. Obviously, our price dropped for roughly a year as well, 95% dip. Again, I don't mean that in a bearish way. I mean that in an opportunity way.
Right.
You can currently get pTGC, I think, at like a 92% dip from its all-time high. I bring that up because I think that's just a massive opportunity with any token that you think is coming back this coming cycle.
Yeah.
Take a look. This doesn't have to be just a pTGC and UFO method, but take a look at Pulse Chain, or it could be any blockchain, and look at products that are on massive discounts. I look at pTGC, UFO, RH tokens this way. I look at Ethereum on a massive discount too, but it's, not a 95% dip from its all-time high. It's a 65% dip from its all-time high. And, the reason 95% dip is so strong is...
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to leave and go back in. My foot caught my my phone. No, the cable that's on my phone. Let me post download right now. Just bear with me, guys. Okay, now we should be able to get back in. Okay. Join the space again.
Starting to see some signs of that, which is nice.
There you go. I dropped my phone a couple minutes ago. So I'm back in.
Cool.
Yeah, one of my buddies today literally bought, like, you guys are gonna laugh, but I didn't laugh. He bought $5 of pTGC today. He's like, I'm just gonna put a little bit in. Like, okay, he got $5 worth, which equates to about 30,000 tokens. But if you think it's going to $1, that was a smart trade. So I just congratulated him. Like, good job, dude. I mean, I told him, this is what I told him. I says, there's going to be people when this thing runs up, that are going to wish they had thrown just $5 at this thing, in my opinion. I mean, it's only $5, let's be honest, but come on. If you can,
think even like I even look at hex this way, just because I remember how high people were buying, you know, at 50 cents compared to where it is now, even a bigger dip than pTGC. And people who were spending thousands of dollars at 40 cents, 30 cents.
That was me, literally.
Can get those same quantity of tokens today at these prices for $5-10, like you're saying, banana. And I don't mean that in a negative way to people who bought up at those levels. I more mean that in a way of like, do what you can to DCA these prices if you can. If you have the means to, if you can figure out a way to, because if you believe in Polshain, if you have conviction in Polshain, if you believe Richard's going to come back and get the glory we believe he can, it is worth it, in my opinion. I do think it's worth taking advantage of prices in the protocols you believe in at these prices, because they so easily could just disappear forever. And just going back to the prices we previously have been, like just Polshain going back to, let's say, back to sacrifice price. And let's say a lot of your buys were around sacrifice price. You know, for an example, even for myself, UFO, the main build out of UFO was when Polshain was above sacrifice price.
Yeah.
So even myself, like I was setting up liquidities for UFO. I obviously knew what the product was before it came out. So a lot of those buys are above sacrifice price. Of Richard tokens, you know, that are set up in liquidity.
Yep.
We are currently 10 times lower than that. You know, it's a crazy opportunity that we have right now. And obviously not the easiest place to buy, but just knowing that even if we just get back to those levels, if you DCA these prices, you're going to be 10x up when we get back to those levels that you would be break even at. You have a lot of options. You know what I mean? You just get back to break even. You can take a little bit of cash up off the table and pay yourself back, or, you know, whatever it comes out to be. But your options definitely increase, I think, when you take advantage of discounts like we are here right now. And the discount that we're at right now, a 95% dip on pTGC, 95% dip on UFO, they're not like a 30% dip. Like it's a 95% dip. I think it's worth looking at. I was even just the other day kind of looking at the situation of Richard and reminding myself, like, everything he's gone through, everything that he's done within the cryptocurrency space, the fact that he's built a flawlessly operating blockchain, you know, he has dexes. He fought the SEC. He obviously spent crazy amounts of money on that. He probably wants freedom. I believe he likes to win. And then I look at the levers that he would have to pull to win compared to every lever he has and every penny he has. And I actually think for him to win, it would cost him very little. I think energy-wise, it would cost him very little, depending on what he's doing every day in his life. So I'm at the point where I do think it's a choice thing. I think he's been watching the market. I think he's been watching the pulse chain community, sees the sell pressure there and sees that the market isn't ready to go, and said, you know what, let's see where it goes. And when the time is right, I will put the full effort into getting this thing going. I truly believe Richard's going to come back for glory. And it might not be as extreme as some people hoped when Pulse Chain launched, but I more just mean like success. You know what I mean? Like, what would it take for you to say Pulse Chain has been a success? Is that 5x stack? You know, this next cycle is that 10x stack? Whatever it is, I just know if those numbers come out, and yes, that 5x stack isn't 100x stack like a lot of people thought was going to happen. I understand that. But a 5x stack is massive for the pTGC protocol.
Yeah.
It's massive for the UFO protocol. It's massive for the pTGC community. And not saying we're dependent on any of those things. We're going to grind and work hard in the meantime. But I truly believe Richard is going to make something happen eventually. It's just, you know, you got to have the patience and be able to sit around and kind of, I believe, take advantage of these discounts when they pop up. You know, if Pulse Chain goes lower, cool, more discounts. If all of Richard tokens go lower, I truly believe there's opportunity there. I think pTGC and UFO can use even lower prices to their advantage. Keep onboarding, keep educating. Liquidity is thinner. So if prices start moving up, there's obviously pros to that too.
Yep. Absolutely. And guys, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and jump in and join the conversation. And I posted my pinned tweet, which has a 4-minute video about what pTGC and UFO are. So if you're new and you're trying to figure out what we're talking about, watch that video and it'll give you an understanding. Yes, somebody was just in our chat yesterday commenting about how they turned $20. You know, I'm reflecting back to the gentleman that bought $5 worth of pTGC today. This other gentleman in the chat yesterday turned $20 into $170,000 in hex. And that was I just did the math. That was an 8,500x.
I was making this post yesterday. I put it in a couple like influencers comments because they're asking what projects are going to 100x next cycle.
Sure.
And I was like looking at pTGC and I'm like, you know what? I know that we had a couple big moves and I never really liked measuring from when a token launched. So I went on the pTGC chart and it was roughly 10 months after launch. So this isn't like you have to get it the first day or first week thing. Like you had time to learn. And there was actually a time period where it sat at the bottom for a little bit. And pTGC did 100x in a matter of 7 months. And this is 10 months after launch.
Okay, so
you could massive is, you know, this person that you're talking about. But, you know, 100x in the environment on Pulse Chain for a project that was already at a 4 million market cap. It went 4 million to 400 million in a matter of 7 months. To me, I think that's a big deal considering that in that time frame, Pulse Chain wasn't even that sacrifice price.
Mm-hmm.
Pulse Chain wasn't as low as it is today. So then I look at, okay, well, where's Pulse Chain at today? It's at all-time lows. It was at least below 4 zeros and a 1. It dropped into the 5 zeros, 8.
Right.
Way lower than it's been previously. And then I look at the pTGC community, the distribution with UFO working it with the new affiliate program. I'm like, dude, 100x this next cycle, that's a walk in the park for this protocol.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be 100x is life-changing gains for many, many people.
It's a lot. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. It's a lot, and it's not, in my opinion, it's not the same thing as like, you know, people do grab 100x's by like finding microcap meme coins and running them up, and they're putting like $5 in, they run it all the way up or whatever. But they're technically gambling. You know, you have to go through a lot to do that. And even on those protocols, when you do get that 100x, usually there's no liquidity even there for you anyways, right? And that's what's super unique for pTGC is it's not so much of a gamble like all or nothing. I think even in the situation, especially at these low levels where you're not getting that 100x or something for some reason, like I think it's still going to be better than a lot of other things out there as far as X's go. And then on top of that, the liquidity is so big. You know, the fact that we're constantly adding to that liquidity, not only with the DAO, but also with the automated functions within the system, like that's a big deal. And not saying that like everyone, once it runs up 100x, should just run and get the liquidity and take profits. Like I think that's what's unique about pTGC is it paying you once it's at that point. But I tend to look at the environment we're in. I look at what we did last cycle. I look at what market cap we were at compared to where Pulsing was at. And I just look at like, dude, I feel like 100x from this level is a walk in the park with this strong community.
Yeah.
Is that next week? No. But, you know, it takes time. And like I said, we did it in 7 months last time. 7 months goes by like that.
Yep. You know, I figured out something interesting with my pTGC holdings today in that I've earned like 5%. How did I put it? I ROI'd like an additional 5% on top of my principal in the last year. So I added to my bag by 5% just in reflections and staking and holding rewards. And so what that means is that I'm earning an additional 5% now, more in reflections and staking rewards. And that's in just 1 year. And years go by really fast too, man.
Yeah. Are you saying in quantity of tokens, you've increased your bag by 5%?
Yes. Quantity of tokens.
Just from the rewards?
Yep.
Yeah, that's super awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that gives you a pretty, because that's one thing that I always look at, like when price is moving up a lot, like you're getting price appreciation, but you are receiving less tokens if the volume isn't increasing evenly, right?
Yeah.
So if we kind of went through this whole year and then you're looking at your bag, you're like, oh, well, I increased 5% of my supply. Like that's pretty awesome.
Right. Because then you're earning an additional 5% in rewards. And who wouldn't like a 5% raise every year or in a year, you know?
And then for me, you know, one thing with our protocol, because it's not a guaranteed quantity because of inflation, it's always based off of the volume. It's cool to know those kind of numbers because, you know, that's a big number that like a lot of people talk with other protocols about is like, well, what's the APY in quantity of tokens, not just dollar value. And you look at this last year, okay, well, I earned 5% more tokens, which, you know, is a big deal, I think, in a deflationary protocol when things start to really take off. You know, you don't have to worry about inflation coming out on the other side of you. And you're not forced to time lock or, you know, give out a certain amount of time. It's technically completely liquid.
Yep. Yep. What else?
I wanted to maybe run over to the affiliate section and see if there's any activity in the last few days or anything like that. You know, we had a great week. So, and where are we at? The 9th of this month. So in the last 9 days, I would say we've done pretty good as far as the community goes. And I do believe a lot of that is from the affiliate system. So I, want to just kind of see what kind of action we've had.
Yeah, let's do that.
Use our community earning for onboarding. And that's what I was going to say. I don't know who you're talking about, Banana, as far as a buddy that brought $5 in. And if, the $5 is, if that means a lot to him, like $5 more, and that's great. If that dollar amount does, I think just some simple onboarding from that person, he can get $10, $20, $30,
yeah,
with some true effort. And, it sounds like those dollar amounts are worth it to him. And it technically doesn't cost him anything besides some time and some energy.
Yep. That's a fair point. He's pretty busy. He's pretty busy with his business from what I understand, but yeah, that's something for him to consider. I hope he's listening. That, maybe with he can mention something to his customers that he's working with, he can make a little, listen, he can make, and this is a lesson for anybody. You can make a business card with you can make yourself a Gray's Currencies business card. You can make yourself a Gray's Currencies representative and put a QR code on the back, or just type out your link to, which is your referral code, and hand it out to your friends, your customers. You just give it to people. As you talk to people in real life about cryptocurrency, you can just hand them your business card. Here you go, check out this. Then you could literally put what could you do? I'm trying to think how you could get a video to them, or some kind of material that they could read or learn about it before they just go buy it. But you could just figure that out. But
I would just bring them to the pTGC-UFO dashboard and show them some of those more recent charts.
True. And there is a promotional video on the dashboard too, actually. So
on Shocker's dashboard page?
No, I was thinking about the main site, Go pTGC.
Yeah, I really like the charts. Like, I've pulled that up right now, the 1 month chart. Even though we haven't even pulled back that much, we're kind of just sitting flat. 63% up on the month for pTGC, 30% up on the month for UFO, 13% up on the month for PLS, and then Bitcoin and Ethereum are both down. Bitcoin's right. Down 1.5 and Ethereum's down 3.3.
Right. Bitcoin's up 4% today.
What is?
Bitcoin's up 4% today.
So this is what is this one? 3 month. So on the 3 month, pTGC is up 9%.
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin is down 24%. UFO is down 27%. ETH is down 39%. And Pulse is down 41%.
The only thing that's up, the only asset that's up is pTGC.
Yeah, and that's on the 90-day, the 3 month.
Yep. Let's look at all the assets.
We could even go to some of the larger time frames and showcase how discounted pTGC and UFO and Pulse chain still are, though. Not only to highlight that we're up, I still want to highlight the discount that's here. On the 1 year, ETH is up 8%, Bitcoin is down 11%, pTGC is down 64%.
Right.
PLS down 77%, UFO down 81%. So there's two ways to look at it. You can kind of look at the short term, like, wow, pTGC is, if we think the markets have bottomed, if we think Pulse Chain's bottomed, if we study the previous history of PTGC is when these things bottom, this is when PTGC has made its massive 50, 100x moves. If we actually think things have bottomed, like it looks like PTGC might have found its bottom and that started, we're moving up, but that huge discount is still there long term. Still got a lot of ways to go.
True. That's very true. Yeah, if you look at all the assets on ptgc-ufo.com, which is Pulse, PulseX, Hex, Inc., Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, BNB, and even XRP, on the 3-month, if you look at it on the 3-month, PTGC is the only asset that's in the positive for the last 3 months.
Yeah, it's covered a lot of that ground in the last couple weeks.
Yeah. Yep. But even if you go back, let's see, dude, if you go back to February 9th, and the referral program it didn't launch until, was it the 7th or the 14th, Zen?
I really don't know. I know it was mid-February.
I think it was the 7th. We got to find out. We can't let that date escape us. But if you go back to February 9th, the PTGC, I mean, all the assets that I just stated are all in the negative. But PTGC is negative 36, and the next runner-up is going to be BNB, XRP, and the highest performing one actually was Bitcoin. So it's done a great job. It's doing very well.
Yeah, I think ever since the affiliate program came out, we're up since then. So if anyone has onboarded through that system, the people that they onboarded, like they might even be up, what was 100x?
That's true.
100%. Sorry. I'm just thinking of some of the community members that I know have onboarded, and the people that they've onboarded might already be up 100%, depending on when they got in.
I hadn't even thought about that. That's correct. Practically everybody that's been onboarded is in profit.
And that important about this next move, especially with the focus on in real life people, people who haven't had the experience on Pulsion that a lot of us have. We've been in a situation where pretty much our value has been locked up. People sacrificed 5 years ago, and it's 90% down. They haven't had this amazing experience. And a lot of people bring up, when prices start moving back up, like they're going to sell, and we have a lot of sell pressure now because people don't believe anymore. But there is a whole new group of people who are getting at these low prices, and they're going to get an amazing experience. I'm not saying that's awesome for the people who didn't have the best experience, but there is a group of people who are going to experience something amazing. And I a lot of them will make up a new type of Pulse chain community.
Yes.
And it would be just super awesome if PTGC was a massive token for all these users.
It's going to be.
When they're onboarding, where do you think they're going to onboard? The thing that put them in crazy amounts of profit.
100%. Yep. There is a new group of on the people on Pulse chain now. It's the Gray's currencies holders. You're right. There's going to be a little subgroup, and they're trickling in right now. Pulse Mexican commented on YouTube. He says, "I just made a new logo with Secreto Bank." He said it's pretty cool. So look at this, guys. And he got his gold circle. So we have a new recruit in the gold circle Space Force, Pulse Mexican 6629. Look at that attractive looking gold circle. You guys can get yours at secretobank.com/grays.
And it's really easy.
Super easy.
That's the key. It's super easy. Snowflake made it very, very easy to pull off.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a long time at all.
Yep. You just upload your profile picture, adjust it a little bit, and download it. And then you replace your profile picture on X, Telegram, YouTube, and any other socials.
And what it does is it makes an impact when you're in a chat, like just my chat right here. We've got I have a gold circle. Pulse Mexican now has one. Crypto Spike has one. Let's see who else. Pulse Party 369, Crypto Jack. And then whenever we show up to spaces and streams, you don't have to do anything. You just show up and people know who you're, they know that the Grays are present. It's really cool, guys. It's very, very, once you get the gold circle on your profile picture, it's like stupid simple marketing. All you got to do is show up. You don't have to say anything. And that's not even taking into account the ones in the gold circles in spaces. Snowflake Society, Gil has one, ODub, Crypto W. But I always like to say this. There are some people that aren't going to have one for strategic reasons, and that's fine too.
Yeah, sorry to get us off topic. If you want to hop over to the affiliate program page. I changed it going over the charts. I was just looking on them, or I was looking at them while we were talking, and I always just love staring at them, seeing pTGC doing so well against a lot of other large store value systems, especially just when everything's flat, where we think has been the best time to get in. We don't know the exact bottom, but when we're sitting 20 to 40 mil market cap, we're like, dude, this feels so undervalued right now.
Yeah. Boltard Win says being in Hex and Pulse Chain for 5 years has been so brutal, a nightmare. pTGC has been the only thing keeping me afloat. That's good, man. It's a good story. Were you saying that you wanted to go over to the affiliates section?
Yeah. I just kind of wanted. I haven't looked at it in a while, to be honest. So I want to see what's been going on, the recent activity.
Okay, I looked at it this morning. Let's see. Crypto 7 was at the top with the most recent one. Oh, there now it looks like we had an update because I just looked at this like maybe 2 hours ago. Now there's
it can get triggered manually, but if it doesn't get triggered manually, it will auto trigger in the middle of the night.
Well, we know Staker Slade onboarded some guys yesterday, right? Sunday. And that was March 8th. Here are his. He got 3 referrals. And then after him is Crypto Toe.
Got 3 referrals on Sunday.
Yes, well, 3 transactions,
Okay.
There was a $500, $650, and a $3,000.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then after that was $1.31 from Crypto 2 or Crypto Toe. DeFi Mission bought $87 worth. pTGC official on board bought $417. And we don't know if these are self-referrals or people that are, actually onboarding new people to the Grays. Grays Legion 369 bought $28. Crypto 7, $2. Crypto 7 again, $430. And DeFi Mission, $14. Those are the latest transactions on the affiliate page.
Yeah, I've been watching the DeFi Mission guy. He's been just steady DCA, I think, or he's onboarding those amounts. But I personally believe he's just slowly DCAing into pTGC, and I bet you he's DCA'd himself into a really nice bag.
That's awesome. Well, No Regrets has cooled his jets for a little bit. He was stacking them up there for a while. Well, I guess he only made 2 transactions. Somehow I thought he made a bunch of them. Let's see if I can find that one. What one were you just referring to?
DeFi Mission. But
16.
You might only be looking at 1 month.
Yeah.
Definitely look at all time.
Yeah. Can I do that on?
I don't
PTDC.
know if you can, but I just wanted to point that out, that if it's only showing March, that's only the last 9 days.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there you go. All time total buys 42. He's bought basically 17 million pTGC and earned 200,000 pTGC in commission. That's amazing.
Yeah, don't forget, guys. You can self-refer. Obviously, the system is more made for you to onboard and bring in, new community members and stuff like that, and be rewarded for it. But if you want to self-refer, also you're more than welcome to. Or if you're going to DCA, you can use someone else's referral code, like Bananas, if you want to give him a little tip for all his efforts.
Yeah, like Bananas. Yeah, thanks for that tip. Kay Hudson said he's going to be in the top 5 by next week. You go, man. You go.
Where are we at dollar value for this month so far?
Okay. I'll find that for you. And I was going to ask you, do you have any idea? I'm sure if I really sat down and thought about it, I could figure out how much DAO money is being spent on the referral system. Are you tracking that, or?
I tracked last month. I think I forget the number, but I think it was 15 to 20% of the DAO funds had to go to paying out rewards for onboarding.
Okay, and how are you figuring that out?
I looked at the quantity of PLS that was brought into the DAO throughout the entire month, and then the quantity of PLS that would need to be spent on the pTGC to pay everyone out.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So for an example, we can hop over on Shaka's website. If anyone wants to go to this website yourself, it's ptgc-ufo.com. It's completely free to the community. So you can even go to the last 30 days. Oh, darn it. I clicked the wrong button. Trying to go to home real quick. So in the last 30 days, and it's funny because actually 20% is what I estimated was going to cost us.
Mm-hmm.
So we're pretty in line with that. But so for the last 30 days, we've generated $76,000 into pTGC, and $30,000 of that went to the DAO, right? And that's for buy and burns, LP ads, reserves, and the affiliate program, pretty much. That LP ads, that pretty much covers all bases. The quantity of PLS tokens that we've received in the last 30 days is 2.8 billion.
Okay.
Right now, that's $30,000. If you don't consider that, if you consider that PLS actually worth more than that, I like to look at it in the quantity of tokens, because I think PLS is completely undervalued right now. Like what we're earning daily in dollar value, always, I look at it almost in quantity of tokens a lot of the time, because I know what we're using this value for at these low levels. One day it's going to revalue. I know it. I know one day Pulsion is going to start making its way up, and all these LP ads that we're doing at this bottom, all these buy and burns that we're doing at these bottoms, all these, rewards to our community for onboarding or staking. One day everything's going to revalue, and all this hard work we've been putting in at these low prices, all that revalues as well.
Yep. I'm looking forward to that day. There was a really good stream today. What is the gentleman's name? I want to say it's Mile High Investing. I've got it on my phone. It's a new guy that I've been watching his content. His name is Dolan, and he did a pulse chain stream today. He's basically was talking about where pulse chain, he got pulled at the chart, and he's talking about he's a technical analyst, and he's very excited about pulse chain, like for the immediate future too, which was really encouraging. I'll see if I can find his channel and pop it into the and paste it into the chat. Here it is, high altitude investing.
You know, I don't think there's any guarantees of what the future holds,
Mm-mm.
but if you look at ETH's price right now, $2,000, and let's say ETH did a 10x in this coming cycle, which would bring it all the way to $20,000.
Mm-hmm.
For Pulse Chain to go up 10x, that's just SAC price. I tend
Yeah.
to believe if Ethereum gets to $20,000, this is just my feeling and how I believe all of this will play out. PLS will be far past sacrifice price. Just my feeling.
Yeah.
No guarantees of anything, but I just feel like if you get a 10x in some of these larger plays like Bitcoin or Ethereum from these levels, you know, a 10x for Bitcoin, we're at $600,000 a Bitcoin. For Ethereum, we're at $20,000 a Bitcoin. If Pulse Chain was anywhere under sacrifice price, I would be so surprised from these levels.
Yeah.
But, you know, who knows? But I'm just being like, dude, I honestly believe Pulse Chain could be way beyond sacrifice at those prices. And that's where I think there's just a crazy amount of opportunity here at these levels, not only for the Pulse Chain community, but for new people that are lurking, new onboards. I get that it's hard for the already existing Pulse Chain community to DCA more, but that's what you have to do if you don't want these cheap prices to only be for new people, right? Like new people are just getting a crazy opportunity right now. Great prices, great timeline, good distribution on the chain. And I do believe the people that have been here for 5 years deserve these prices too, but they have to take action on it, you know?
Yes. Or they could just hodl their bags. They could be content. Because I mean, if we do anything like what
or they can onboard to Pulse Chain through pTGC
Yep.
and DCA through the reward program.
Yeah. Exactly. They could just enjoy, you know, bringing their friends and family over and coworkers and neighbors and such, and enjoy crypto through them. I mean, if you can do that, you got to be pretty humble or be pretty close to whoever you're onboarding to do that. But it's possible.
You could be rewarded if you onboard them to pTGC.
Yep. There's a little incentive there too. Yep. But I mean, you technically don't need to buy any more Pulse Chain assets. If you think that this thing's going where it might go, I think everybody here right now, as long as you got whatever decent is to you, if you got decent bags, there's nothing wrong with just hodling either. But if you can continue to DCA, yeah, wow, man. You're going to smash it at these prices.
Yeah, I do believe that. I believe some people will be tapping out, you know, when things go back up. Completely understandable. But I do think there will be always, if prices start moving back up, a new version of Pulse Chain. And a lot of them will be the people who got onboarded here at these levels because their experience is going to be amazing. They'll be telling people about it on the way up. You know, the community is going to continue to grow and evolve.
Yep.
And I believe if pTGC and UFO just keep doing what they've been doing, you know, pTGC holders can become some of the largest players on the chain for just kind of picking the right products on the chain.
Wow. Yeah. And if our DAO continues to pick the right products on the chain too. You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody know anything about the ProveX launch and when that might be. Have we heard anything? I haven't seen anything on Twitter.
I think Richard said there's a few stats updates to the ProveX website, and people have saw a token on testnet, and that's about where we're at.
When I think of the immediate future, I think of two things that could affect Pulse Chain, and that's the ProveX and then the Clarity Act. And I the last I heard on the Clarity Act was maybe sometime in July, but I'm optimistic about that thing. I'm optimistic on its potential to improve crypto, and that it'll pass too. I hope it'll pass.
Did you happen to get a second to check out Liberty Swap's new update today?
Yes, I did. Oh, that's what we should talk about. Yeah, I did. I recorded a quick video about it and posted it on my X. I took a chance, and I didn't like thoroughly research it, but I did a quick test on it. And somebody stated after I posted it, the video naturally, that I'm trying to pull it up right now, that it's on their site, but it wasn't Liberty Swap. It was like Liberty X. And I don't know what that is.
So Liberty X is the new protocol that they've came out with. I don't know all the ins and outs of it and what it adds to Liberty Swap. I would love to know more about it. I've been about it for the last few months. So it's been something they've been working on for a while now. And it came out today, and that's as much as I know. And I saw that pTGC was included in it. So I was excited about that. I was hoping that it makes it to where you can buy pTGC from other blockchains. I don't know if that's correct or not, or if it's only on Pulse Chain or what's going on there.
Okay.
It could just be an aggregator on Pulse Chain, similar to pTGC. pTGC, I think, made it to where you can swap into fiat transaction tokens. I think Switch, it might just be an aggregator. Hopefully, they eventually connect two dots, connecting to their swap to maybe their aggregator, making it possible for us to utilize it for onboarding straight into pTGC. Obviously, you wouldn't get your rewards if you're using the affiliate program if you go straight that way. But obviously, ease to onboard is great.
Yeah.
And adoption of other protocols and builders is awesome to see as well that they're including this.
Yeah. Do you think you can literally swap from some of these, what do you call it? These assets that are just, you don't even recognize them, like 9mm, for example. I might not recognize that, and I don't have any in my wallet. Do you think you can literally swap from 9mm to pTGC? Or is that maybe a little far-fetched?
Sure, if you use an aggregator, you can. So maybe that's what Liberty X is just an auto router, making it to where you can swap e-liquid tokens into liquid tokens, or e-liquid token for e-liquid token. It probably is just doing auto router and aggregating for you, where sometimes on PulseX, it won't give you as many routes. For an example, when you use the auto router on PulseX, it's not actually looking at the best pairs. It's looking at usually the best pairs with RH tokens, ETH, USDC. There's like a select group that's really highlighting at some of the really small pairs. So you can hop over to an aggregator and like Switch and sometimes get an even better deal for smaller purchases and stuff like that.
Okay.
So maybe that's what the main use case is maybe it's really good for more liquid tokens and stuff like that. I don't know. 9mm has been around for a long time. It's got, at least at one time, a fairly large community behind it. I don't know if they have a bunch of liquidity or not.
Sure. Okay, well, there's another asset on Pulse Chain. I see it's called D, as in Delta DTGC, and it has a gold ring, and its logo is gold. It might be worth just mentioning. If you don't intend to buy DTGC, but you wanted to buy pTGC, that's worth knowing about.
Yeah, definitely don't be tricked.
And should I reach out to Liberty Swap and get our logo updated?
If they could, that'd be awesome.
Okay, I'll reach out to him tomorrow.
I would love to have our both. I don't know what the UFO logo is on there either, but I would love to have both of our new many places as possible. I did submit everything for PulseX, but they haven't updated that in a long time. So
I'll reach out to Liberty Swap tomorrow. Internet Money Wallet, which I've recently become a fan of, except I haven't been able to use it very much. But I will. That's the only reason I can laugh about it.
We're working on it.
Yeah. But Internet Money Wallet posted something on X today, and they're like, hey, fill out this form and you can be highlighted on, I forget what it was, and I should have it in front of me since I just mentioned it. You can be highlighted on some kind of website. So I filled it out for pTGC. Let me see if I can find out what it was. I got to look up KG. Let me see if I can find it. No, I am not finding it right away.
This is kind of cool. Robert put into our chat. NASDAQ partners with Kraken in plan for a 24/7 tokenized stock trading.
Yeah. You said the NASDAQ? You said NASDAQ partnered with Kraken
for 27 tokenized stock trading.
Yo, wow. Let me see. I'm going to get my eyes on that. Hey, and Walter has been posting in the Telegram the reminder to vote on Pulse Folio, PLS Folio. So everybody, this is a good reminder. Everybody, twice a day, go to plsfolio.com and vote for UFO and pTGC. And you can do it twice a day. Yeah, there it is. And it's a plan. Yeah, it's in a plan for, wow. That would be so sweet. It's coming. Well, what else, guys?
Pretty quiet day today.
Yeah, it was quiet yesterday. Like when I streamed, it was a very low attendance. Just, yeah. I don't think we've seen anything like what could happen to crypto.
So pTGC's picked up 10 holders in the last 24 hours. We are at 92 in the last 7 days and 288 in the last 30 days.
Hey guys, I have some question.
Sure.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm been the last month not action here in. I'm have some invest there. Yeah. How is this about the account? Can I get QR code to make a promotion? How is possible like to bring the market up?
Are you talking about the new affiliate program that we put out where you can?
Yeah, I think there's something about 2%, but I want to kick the. I want promoted Yeah.
Yeah.
So how is like when I have an account, I get a QR account code, and I can make some sticker and bring this out in the world.
Yes, correct. You can. But your first step would be to go to the new goptgc.com website, and then if you go to the onboarding page, and Banana has videos on them. Feel comfortable just with me saying this? You can get a video from Banana. He already has them made, or he can show you on one of his streams live. He does streams on Sunday. He's also live right now.
But I see the QR code direct in my page, or I must do something complicated to make
You'll
this.
have to do something on your own to make the QR code.
It's very easy to make a QR code. So what you do is go to
No. Hey guys, you have me already on the stream. Yeah. Give me some information sent to me, and I'm out and I make promotion. Trust me. I'm in Bali in moment. Yeah.
Are you on YouTube? Because I can drop the link to a video for how to make your link.
Yeah. Grab me. Send me all the information how I can make this easy. I can printing. I can do what you want. Yeah. Southeast Asian. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll have to send it to him on.
Yeah, I need some more information how I can just make easier. Yeah, and
we'll send you over some stuff.
Please send me some information, and I make this nice.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys. Help me a little bit more when we can push this more up.
What's your name?
Huh?
What's your handle?
George, King George. Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
I'll send you something on X.
Please, send me something like information how I can make this easier, and how I can grab this.
Sweet. Thanks.
And I have a lot of power in Bali in the moment. I have a printing shop and promotion, custom.
Oh yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah.
So pretty much, I'm sure you heard it, but anyone you onboard through this system, at the end of the month, you get 2%. It all just adds up, so it doesn't need to come from one person. You can get 20 people in, and at the end of the month, you get the 2% of those 20 people paid out in pTGC to your wallet that you create the link with. We'll send you the videos.
I was the last month not active. Yeah, but I'm a long-term investor and holder and staker.
Cool.
Yeah, that's why. Send me some information. Very nice. How I can push the QR code.
Cool. I've got King George. I've got a 7-minute video that I want to send to you, but I can't send it to you on your X because I can't send you a message. So perhaps you can message me, and I will send you that video. It walks you right through everything.
Okay.
Yeah, message.
Banana. You have like a blog.
But I think you can grab me and send me something.
Yeah, I can if you message me on X. So message me on X, King George.
Okay. I do it. Okay.
Thank you.
All fine. Hey guys, we keep building.
All right, we'll do it. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Keep going. Yeah.
There's somebody who wants to get after it.
Yeah, keep pTGC and rewards at these low prices.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've got, let's see, 4, 8, 12 people on Spaces tonight, Zen. This is
quiet.
Yeah. Super quiet.
Yeah, if you're ready to go, I'm pretty ready to go too.
Yeah, I'm game. Let's see how many people we got. 26 people actually on YouTube though. So they're not on X, they're on YouTube, Zen.
I think that's the place to be. You get the visuals and everything.
Yeah, that is true. Let me just go through the chat real quick. It won't take long. DTGC is dumped tires gold coin. Rubbish. Oh, what's the purpose of PLS folio voting? Somebody asked. Well, the developer of PLS folio made it a competition between the different tokens to vote, and the more you vote, the higher you're going to be on the list. And we want to be high up on the list because we're the index token, and we believe everybody deserves to land on the index token and have exposure to it. So we can vote twice a day, and we're keeping up on it, and we think that over time, through constant pressure, we will eventually move up on the list. Unfortunately, there are ways that you can buy votes. I mean, literally, you can buy votes from the developer of the site and get your way up there faster. But we're just doing what we can.
Yeah, trying to onboard through every method we can, if that's through people just looking at their portfolios or any way we can get pTGC and UFO in front of people's faces. They start recognizing the brand, then they start hearing about pTGC and UFO, and maybe we can spark their interest and, kind of do what we've done this last 2 weeks, get 100% moves to the upside and sustain them and keep working in the right direction. Obviously, I think the last couple of weeks is just a great reminder to our community what's possible just with the efforts of the community and with the code base that we have in front of us. Richard always says what we by far good enough. We just need to let people know it exists. We need to market this product. And any which way. We don't know the best way. We're trying all different ways. He's also said recently he's willing to keep trying stuff until he sees what works. I think hence his tablets and stuff like that. Us as the pTGC, we really unique thing called the DAO, and this new reward system called the affiliate program is kind of one of our latest things of trying something new that we haven't seen in cryptocurrency. Luckily, with the DAO, we have these levers, and I think it's shown some really good success in the last month and a half, and technically a month. I guess it's probably only been out for like 30 days. And I think it's only going to get better. I think Green Candles is only going to attract more green candles, more users. We have increased our holder count drastically recently too. I think this has been a motivator for our community to step outside their comfort zone and kind of start trying to onboard the Pulse chain again. I get it. It's hard, right? Pulse chain's chart don't look good, but pTGC's chart's looking pretty good right now. And I think it's worth telling people about at these prices. So, and then you get rewarded for it also. Self-incentivization as well as peer incentivization.
Yep. I mean, think about it. If Pulse Chain had gone off to the races last year about this time, we wouldn't have an incentive program like we do right now. And
probably not. Yeah, probably not. And then on top of that, you would have lost the opportunity of getting people that into Pulse Chain at really cheap prices. Yeah. If Pulse Chain just went on go mode and then that's when you decide to tell people about it, it's the same situation of kind of what happened to a lot of people with Hex, is when they found out about it, it was already pumped up hundreds of X's. So what we want to do is we want to get people to find out about these products before they do the X's so they can win alongside us instead of having to wait, a good another chunk of years, etc.
As far as somebody asked about PLS folio, I think we're down, let's see, 3, 6, we're number 8 and 9. pTGC are number 8 and 9. Someone asked, what's the USD value of how much pTGC will be bonded with ProveX when it launches?
Gosh, I forget.
Was it like 10 grand?
I forget, to be honest. We sacrificed with the DAO. I really don't remember. I think around $5,000 to $10,000.
That's what I'm thinking.
it wasn't like anything super crazy. You know, I'd say maybe $10,000 max.
Yeah.
So me saying $10,000, I think maybe we used $10,000, and then obviously the other side would be $10,000 of PTB. So maybe starting with like a $20,000 pool. Could be a little less than that. I honestly don't remember.
Yeah.
It's been a little bit.
We will all know once ProveX launches, because it'll be up on Secreto Bank, and it'll actually be up on the new site too. That pool.
Yeah.
Paul
should be able to get some good value generation on it if it goes up, down, sideways. I'm sure they'll propulsion just to have some activity. I hope ProveX brings it.
Yeah. Me too. Paul Sack says they've only gone through about 350,000 so far of those mailers out of about 1.3 million. So, yeah,
a lot more to go. And then you think about this, they've probably been working on that, 6 months now?
Yep.
And if they stay at the same rate, you know, I'm guessing that they stay at the same rate because I'm guessing they pushed pretty hard in the beginning. Maybe they figure out how to get them out quicker. Who knows?
Yeah.
But that means they got another 2 years left in them.
I know it. Yeah. Well, everybody needs to go out and help a Wild SJ out in California. And that's a legit request. If you can't get a hold of her, reach out to me and I'll put you in touch with her. She's literally asking for people to come out and because they need help with those mailers. They're getting it done, but they could use extra hands. So go out there if you're available.
Make a vacation out of it.
Yeah, a workation, you know. How fun would that be? I would love to
half
go.
and half. Half and half. Take your family, spend 2 days there, spend a week.
Yep. You can go skiing at Big Bear, or you go out, you go deep sea fishing, go do something fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tap out.
Sounds good. All right. Well, we'll have spaces again on Saturday.
Yeah. Thanks for co-hosting, Banana. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Zen.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone showing up. Thanks for the questions on YouTube. Let's keep pushing, guys. We had a great week last week and the week before. Again, up like 100%. All that pretty much from community efforts. The market was pretty much flat. Pulsing was slightly up.
Yep. He closed it out. Did he close it out? I think he closed it out. All right, cool. Make sure I close my spaces, my stream. You're welcome, Paul. Yeah, I think he closed it out while he was talking. Whatever. We were done anyhow. ProveX volatility could be really good for pTGC holders. They're down now. They need help. Oh, they're down now, meaning they're down on helpers. Well, I literally pitched it yesterday in my stream. And then that video that I posted this today was like way too long, 7 minutes, but it was a commercial of all this stuff. And that's in there. You're welcome, Pulse Kid. That is a fabulous looking profile picture if I ever saw one, dude. That's good looking. That's a good looking profile picture. But they'll make housing and accommodations. Just contact her. Yep. A Wild SJ on X, a Wild SJ. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go have a week. And I just heard from George. So I'm going to go reach out to him, get him started. All right, guys, we'll see y'all later. Bye. No, ProveX, I don't know that it's been priced yet. I don't know, but I don't think so, Walter. I wonder if the market's going to price it. I wonder how that's going to work. We'll find out. See you guys.